When we first started fishing a drop shot rig several years ago, a drop shot is where you have a drop shot just on your line. A split shot, that's all it is, just on your line somewhere, maybe 10 or 12 inches above your bait. And then you have a little hook down here with a worm on it. That's a drop shot rig. We started fishing that originally years ago, just simply vertically jigging it. Can it be fished any other ways? And is it effective if you fish it other ways? Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning. September 23, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on a Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. Please subscribe to that channel if you're not. It's a Catch a Better Life. That's the name of the channel. We have 3 channels on YouTube. Be sure and subscribe to all 3 of them. Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters, on Facebook. Share this with your friends. Your life will become better. Their life will become better if they get involved in this channel. One of the most important channels on YouTube. Even though we only have about 30,000 folks on this channel, it's an important channel because God works in this channel day by day in people's lives, and they have a better life because of it. We're looking at Exodus, Exodus, second book of the Bible, Exodus 31:18. This is when the Exodus, about 3 million people that have been held in captive for bondage for 400 years, left Egypt. About 3 million of them. And Exodus 31:18 says, He gave Moses 2 tablets of the testimony, tablets of stone, written with the finger of God. The finger of God. Now, those of you that have read the Bible at all know that these tablets he's talking about, tablets of stone written by the finger of God, 10 commandments. That's what those are. Rocks are superstructures to fish. They provide underwater shady areas, irregular bottom contour, and a good place for moss and algae to grow. This attracts crawfish, other bait fish, which attracts bass, of course. Several baits will work when you're fishing around rocks, but a crankbait that will bump into that rock is hard to beat. Get a crankbait that will hit the rock. Now, I want to fish it just above it. I want to bump into the rock and make some noise down there. God took 2 rocks and He carved them into tablets. He carved them into tablets the way that He wanted them. And then He used His finger, the almighty finger of God, to write on them. Think about that. Think about that a second. Have you ever tried that? You know, I've tried to do some of the things that's on the Bible, like walk on water when nobody's listening and watching. I never have been able to do it. I've never tried to write on a rock with my finger, but there was no laser, there was no water saw, just God's almighty finger writing on that rock. Now, we know the Israelites didn't obey, and they broke that covenant over and over and over again, just like all mankind has broken that covenant over and over again. Here's the big deal, though. They had instructions to give them health, instructions to give them wealth, instructions to give them peace, and even a really, really long life, way longer than we live nowadays. And yet they broke the deal. They had instructions that would just make their life really peachy keen, and yet they broke the deal. They broke the deal. When we accept Jesus, you and I, God takes that same almighty finger and He writes on our hearts. He writes on our hearts. He gives us the Holy Spirit, and His instruction are there for our benefits, just like the Israelites. They're there for our joy. They're there for our peace. They're there for our health. And yes, they are there for our wealth, our abundance as well, and much, much more. I could just go on and on and on. God's Holy Spirit writing on our hearts with the finger of God for our benefit, for our benefit. All we need to do is follow and obey. Follow and obey. Some of us might just live a long time if that happens. Here's our tip for today. A drop shot can be fished on a cast as well as vertically jigged. That's right. Don't hesitate. Take that thing, throw it out there. If you want to let it go to the bottom, raise it up, let it fall. Fish it just like a worm. If you want to throw it out there, kind of let it fall, up, fall, let it fall, kind of swim it above the stuff, let it fall up and down. That drop shot, 10 or 12 or 14 inches above that worm, is going to make that thing have a lot of great action, And if you have a tiny drop shot, it's going to fall very, very slowly. And it's going to allow you to get your worm down deeper than if you were fishing a weightless worm. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Fish lucky, and remember, I sure do love you.